The passion runs deep here in Norman, Oklahoma, or as they say, sooner born and sooner bred, and when I die, I'll be sooner dead. Welcome to Oklahoma and the home of the Sooners. And the Gamecocks will kick it away to start us off. Fielded in the end zone. It's Chuck. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Sooners offense takes the field to start this game off. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
The quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game, so who do you look for? The tight end, and there aren't many better than this guy.
No, and just big bodies that you can miss a little bit high, and it really doesn't matter, but over the middle of the field, closer throws, so nice to have a security blanket with a great tight end.
There's just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Back to throw, it's Arnold. Working that left side now. He's loose. And he's brought down after a huge completion. And the Sooners are in the hurry-up.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
A run up the middle is stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets them up at the 26 for the first down. The Sooners are on the move. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. His drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. From the gun, give on the inside. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. The Sooners trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll put the tight end in motion. A first down run in the red zone. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Perfect execution by this defense. They played pass, sat back, looked at the quarterback, took everything away, and even better, good pass rush, finishes it, now put him in a predictable 3rd and long situation.
Bought a little time, lets it go. It's complete on the right side. Touchdown Sooners! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So South Carolina's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have lockdown corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking cornerbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I am taking a calculated risk if I'm thrown towards one of these two dudes because you're just asking to get picked off.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Bennett. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And he's brought down after a nice game. The Gamecocks will have it 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Gamecocks. The AT unit on the field. Splits the uprights. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone, it's Ocha. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
He'll do it himself. Got enough for the first down and wants more. At the 45, on his way. Giving him his pads. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Might as well stick with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Arnold. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Crosses the 35. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution.
And they may have caught the defense snapping there a little bit, David, maybe expecting pass on that 3rd down, but because of the back's effort now, fresh set of downs.
And it's so nice to have a guy that you can give the football on these 3rd down situations and feel confident you're going to continue to move the sticks.
These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I love it. I love it. First down. Let's be aggressive. Let's throw the football. But how about the quarterback? He does a great job in the pocket, buying time. Nobody open, scrambles around, and more importantly, ends the run.
A shot toward the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Gamecocks are threatening in the red zone. The give to the back. Steamrolls his way ahead. He's now up to 58 yards rushing in this one and within striking distance of a 1,000-yard season. Ball at the 31, third and short coming, defense trying to rise up. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
Here he goes breaking the pocket. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. The Gamecocks moving quickly to the line. They're trying to slam it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, South Carolina. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. On second down, will they go back to the ground game?
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Short gain on the play before he slides. In the dead center of the field as they try to convert this third and short. Trying to get to him. And the quarterback is snowed under. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Now on the return. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Afterburner's coming. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Quick handoff. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll just take him in. This drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job.
Lost one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. To the air, it's Arnold. He just got rid of that one to save the down, didn't see anything he liked. They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. The give out of the gun. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Sooners will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. Got it, looking for the 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the 1st down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
And the Gamecocks pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Sellers. He'll pull it down. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you could tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Takes a hit as he fires. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Quarterback checking the play. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll immediately call timeout. One more snap coming before halftime. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets away from one. He chucks one out to the right. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. He gets the pick, but not the pick six, as they're able to run him out of bounds and limit the damage to wrap up the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid could hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offense.
He's off to the races. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
You know, in the modern era of college football, with everybody throwing it, it becomes harder and harder for running backs to put up big-time numbers. With that last carry, though, this guy's got 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Might as well give it to him again. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, the inside give. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work.
The Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. Here's the handoff. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. And the Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. With jet sweep pass. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and I just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. The Gamecocks in the hurry up. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Awchuk. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the catch. It's Anderson. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Sooners send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Catches it at the 30. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening hole.
He wants to take the top off. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. Oh, he had him out there, and he was trying to compensate for that speed, but just a little too much distance.
That's just greased lightning, so you think, I can't overthrow this guy. I'm going to throw it out there and let him run underneath it just a little bit too far for the speedster.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. You can't always throw for it on 3rd down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they
fires deep toward the end zone. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, the offense trying to be aggressive. They're throwing the go ball down the sideline. Just a better job in coverage defensively forces the incomplete.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. He's not afraid to go deep. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They're going to throw it again. Looking to the big tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, the linebacker's playing zone coverage, and he's just watching the QB's eyes to see where he's going to go with the football, and the eyes take him to the ball. He's able to swat it away. Great play on defense.
Looking to throw, it's Sellers. He'll take a shot. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
He wants to throw it. They'll run the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Sooners will line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking a...
Oh, he dropped it! And the defense snatches it, and they reverse the field.
And he was under so much stress on that play. You saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive, but the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before they finally knocked it out and jumped on that fumble.
Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The give from the gun. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Off play action. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the 4th quarter.
On 4th down, flexing that muscle in the run game. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. Touch pass on the run. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that 1st down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
They'll try the run. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. And the Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
You know, you start day 1 of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a 1st down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need it.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Trying play action. Now he's going to break the pocket. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Now facing a third and long. Pulls and fired complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. 1 for 2 on fourth down attempts so far, and we will get a third attempt here. They'll try to pick up the first. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're
unleashes one deep. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchup.
Going for it all. Touchdown Gamecocks! And the pummeling has started. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue. And the extra point is good. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. South Carolina. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
This offense has a second down play. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Grabbed in the middle, it's Anderson. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with them because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. He's got him in the flat. And oh, did they know that one was coming. They'll knock him down in the backfield. And here comes the offense on second down. Back to throw, it's Arnold. Slings it downfield. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Bringing it back at the 30. And he was weaving his way and finally brought down around the 23-yard line.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double-teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Fast motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. And that pass intercepted. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Fires toward the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Sooner offense returns to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we had just ran the details to the right route and hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
And the Sooners will call on their punt team. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand. These are the ones.
Nothing but green ahead. The 20. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And the route is on. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the fourth, and they are going to go to 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Purdue is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Purdue, Pete, isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 11 over Oregon. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Got a man, it's Burks. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. The completion short of the sticks, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Quick completion on the out route. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Comes out throwing on first down. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. On first down, here comes this offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Pass to 45. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Quarterback strolling away from heat. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? Touchdown, South Carolina! And the punishment has been extended. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Looking to go up top on first down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on.
Lofts one high and deep. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle. Nice job by this offense, continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make points.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very...
Lets it fly! And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback will audible. Looking to throw it, Sellers. Now adjusting. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. They get to him as he throws. And it's picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, and time has expired here in the fourth.